If there was ever a moment that defined pressure, it was this. January 2026. Anfield holding its breath. A €116 million signing who hadn't scored in weeks. The whispers were getting louder. The doubts were creeping in. And then everything changed. Because what happened against Wolves wasn't just a goal. It was a warning shot. And the Premier League is only now starting to realise what they've unleashed. Let me paint you a picture of where Florian Wirtz was just 3 weeks ago. Christmas had come and gone. New Year's celebrations felt like a distant memory. And still, no goal. For a player who cost more than entire squads in the Championship, the silence was deafening. But here's what nobody was talking about. The Premier League was judging him on the one thing he hadn't delivered yet, while completely ignoring everything he was actually doing. And trust me, that's a dangerous game to play with a talent like this. Because the stats were there, the performances were there, the quality was screaming at anyone willing to actually watch the matches instead of just reading the headlines. Onslaught said it himself. We mainly get judged on results, and individuals get judged on goals and assists. But we sometimes forget what else there is to do during a game. He's had multiple good games for us, and he gets better every single game. 22 years old, moved across positions, different system, different league. The most physically demanding competition on planet Earth. And people expected instant magic. The pressure was suffocating. Every touch analysed. Every movement scrutinised. Social media doing what it does best. Destroying confidence one tweet at a time. Was this too much too soon? And then came Wolves. January 4th, 2026. Anfield. Liverpool versus Wolverhampton. Wirtz was everywhere. Not just involved. Dominant. Demanding the ball. Pulling defenders out of position like a puppet master. Making runs that only elite attacking midfielders can see. And then it happened. A perfectly timed run. Peeling away from the defensive line like he could see 3 seconds into the future. Hugo Ekitike threads the ball through. Brilliant build-up play. Perfectly weighted. One touch to settle. No panic. No hesitation. Just cold, calculated control. And then the finish. Squeezed past Jose Sa with surgical precision. The relief. Not just from Wirtz, but from his teammates. You could see it in their faces. They knew what this meant. They'd been waiting for this moment just as much as he had. Because this wasn't a goal from chaos. This wasn't luck. This was confidence returning. This was rhythm finding its groove. This was the player Liverpool paid $116 million for finally showing the Premier League what he's truly capable of. And that's when something shifted. Something fundamental. The hesitation? Gone. The timing? Back. The sharpness? Cutting through defenses like a blade. The beast had woken up, and the Premier League was about to have a serious problem. Now, let me show you why everyone got this so wrong. Because while the media was writing him off, the numbers were telling a completely different story. Over his last 4 matches, 4 consecutive Liverpool victories. 1 goal, 2 assists, but that barely scratches the surface. Here's where it gets interesting. Wirtz ranks in the top 10 players in the Premier League for chances created from open play this season. Top 10, as someone still adapting. In the Champions League, only Kylian Mbappe has created more chances than him. Read that again. Only Mbappe. But wait, didn't everyone say he couldn't handle the physicality of the Premier League? Here's the reality. Wirtz is among the top 10 players for possessions won in the final third. Not top 50, not top 20, top 10. Of the 166 players who've covered more than 75 kilometers this season, he ranks in the top 6 for distance covered and high-intensity sprints per 90 minutes. His engine has never been the problem. Quick one. If football means as much to you as it does to me, tap subscribe and stay with the channel because it goes a long way for us. The problem was adaptation, and nobody wanted to give him time. His off-the-ball runs, intelligent and constant, but his teammates were still learning to see them, still adjusting to having this type of player operating in those pockets of space. Wirtz thrives on quick combinations, the 1-2, the give and go, but when you're new to a team, that chemistry takes time to build. According to Genius IQ data, Wirtz's average availability time to receive a pass is just 0.81 seconds, the 5th lowest in the Premier League among players with over 1,000 receptions. Let me translate that. He operates in windows of time so small that most players wouldn't even recognize them as opportunities. This is an unforgiving environment. Tighter spaces, faster transitions, defenders who have spent their entire careers learning how to suffocate creativity. And yet, despite all of this, Wirtz keeps creating, keeps influencing, keeps proving that the quality was always there. Now here's where Wirtz becomes truly dangerous. When you compare him to other midfielders across the top 7 European leagues, he doesn't just compete, he dominates. Dribbling? Elite. Attacking movement? Elite. Duels won? Elite. Touches in the opponent's box? Among the very best. But what truly separates him from other central midfielders is his expected goals and assists combined. He's not watching attacks develop, he's orchestrating them. His assist against Tottenham? Picture this. Liverpool win the ball high up the pitch. Wirtz receives it in acres of space, because his positioning intelligence had already put him there. He carries it toward the box, waits for Alexander Isak to make his run, and then delivers the pass at exactly the right moment for the Swede to finish calmly. Timing, vision, execution. Against Frankfurt, his assist to Hakpo was basically a moving penalty. The pass was so precise, so perfectly weighted, that Hakpo just had to tap it in. These aren't lucky moments. This is systematic excellence. And here's what makes him a nightmare to defend. He operates everywhere. Wide positions, devastating. Between the lines, even more dangerous. He attacks the space behind defenders with the timing of a world-class striker. But one of his most underrated qualities, finishing. Volleys, long-range strikes, quick touches inside the box, shots from just outside it. He has the complete catalogue. And now that he's found his rhythm at Liverpool, now that the confidence is flowing, he becomes truly unstoppable. But here's what should terrify the rest of the Premier League. Wirtz isn't doing this alone. Hugo Ekitike, the other Bundesliga export. Together they cost around 240 million euros, and they're starting to show exactly why. Ekitike now has 11 goals and 2 assists for Liverpool. His current form? Frightening. 5 goals and 1 assist in his last 4 matches alone. He's scored 8 goals in his first 12 Premier League starts, matching what Mohamed Salah managed after joining Liverpool in 2017. Among players with at least 500 minutes this season, only Erling Haaland has a better non-penalty goals per 90 minutes rate. Liverpool have won 9 of the 12 league games Ekitike has started. Just 1 win in the 6 matches without him. And here's the beautiful part. Wirtz and Ekitike are finding each other. The connection is growing. The understanding is deepening. Wirtz is the brain that accelerates the game. Ekitike is the speed that attacks the space. Together, they're becoming Liverpool's most dangerous weapon. Onslaught has completely turned this around. 7 matches unbeaten. 3 consecutive Premier League wins. The adaptation phase is over. Liverpool's big signings are settled, confident, and producing. And here's what the Premier League needs to understand. You still haven't seen everything Florian Wirtz can do. His ball carrying is elite. His change of direction is brutal. He escapes tight areas like a magician, creating space where none exists. Against Wolves, he delivered. 1 goal, 3 chances created, 7 successful dribbles, 9 touches in the opposition box. This is the level he's bringing. And it's only the beginning. The doubters are getting quieter. The criticism is fading. The whispers have turned to warnings. Because Florian Wirtz is becoming exactly what the Premier League was afraid of. And now that he's found his rhythm, now that the goals are coming, now that this Liverpool team is clicking, the scary part? He's just getting started.